Welcome to playoff edition of Flight Control. I'm Andrew Mossbrooks, joined by the Knighthawks captain, Dan Coates. This is exciting times. I mean, against all odds, you guys are going into weekend where everything essentially needs to fall into place. What do you make of this Cinderella story to the playoffs?
Yeah, it's kind of funny the way things shook out heading into this weekend. I think for ourselves, we just kind of talked about heading into this weekend. Let's just give ourselves a shot, and that was our focus going into Friday night. And if we could take care of business in Georgia, let's just see what happens. And kind of as things unfolded going into Sunday, we knew we could punch our ticket. So yeah, it's kind of crazy the way it all happened, but we're fortunate enough to be here playing in the postseason now.
So it starts with that Friday win in Georgia against the Swarm, thinnest of margins, by the way. And then Saturday, you guys are idle. A little bit of scoreboard watching. When did you find out, or when did you first start seeing the guys, whether it was late Saturday night or Sunday morning, go, holy heck, everybody lost. This is win and get in now?
Yeah, I think, some guys were watching the game Friday night. We needed a team to win, and same thing, we needed two teams to win Saturday night. I wasn't really watching the game. I more or less was texting a teammate, and he was kind of giving me some score updates, and I didn't really know until Sunday morning. I rolled out of bed at around 6:15. Ethan O'Connor messaged our group, said, now we roll. So I knew that, and got some nerves then, and I went to bed for a couple hours and knew we had an opportunity Sunday.
Certainly we're ready to roll. And by the way, the Knighthawks over the last few years have had some trouble against Philadelphia. The Wings have been a challenge. It did not look that way Sunday afternoon at home. Dominating the Wings, it seemed like that was all the energy and all the motivation you guys needed to come out. I mean, what did you think of that one?
Yeah, I think for us, we just knew what was at hand for us. It's been a crazy year, and I think the fact that we just knew we had one game to win to get into the postseason. If you would have told us that at the beginning of the season, we would take those chances all day. But it was a full 60 minutes, offensively, defensively, and Ryan Hartley was all world. So yeah, it was a great feeling, especially doing in front of our home fans. We owed it to them, so it was pretty special.
What can you say about Connor Fields?
Connor Fields is a superstar. He's slick, and when he goes, we go. So it's funny to kind of see how he's evolved as a player. Like, just kind of, I got to know him a bit before he was in the league, and he's just kind of taken our league by storm. And he's so slick. The way he moves out there, he's almost he's playing hockey. He's almost playing basketball and putting the ball in the back of the net. So it's we're certainly fortunate enough to have him, and he's a big piece of why we've been successful.
All right, well, the Rochester Knighthawks are playoff bound, as we said, and it is the Toronto Rock. Not an easy opponent, a team that kind of took it to you guys, especially in the first half a couple weeks back. Coatsy, what do you guys need to do against this first place Toronto team?
Well, I think for us, we're just focused on ourselves. They're obviously the top. They're the top team in the league for a reason. If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. And we honestly, I don't think we really care who we play. We're just so focused on ourselves, and we just don't want this thing to end. And we have a group of guys that truly care for one another, and it's fun to be around, and we want to keep the thing going. And the great thing about the first round is it takes one good night, and you can move on to round two. That's going to begin at First Ontario Centre this Saturday, a 4:30 ball drop between the Knighthawks and the Toronto Rock. We'll talk about it next time on Flight Control.